Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to reflect on a treasure not often given its due respect, your peace. In a world brimming with noise, distractions, and countless demands, peace might appear fragile or elusive. Yet it is neither. Peace is a quiet but steadfast force, ready to take root in hearts that protect it with intention. Let us consider the nature of peace. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of balance. It is the stillness that exists when the soul aligns with what is true and good. It cannot be handed to you by circumstance or retrieved from another. It must be cultivated from within. Peace is not merely the absence of conflict or difficulty. It is a profound and enduring state of being that arises when the soul is aligned with truth, purpose, and goodness. It is not a fleeting emotion or a momentary escape from the world's chaos, but a steady foundation that allows one to navigate life with resilience and clarity. Unlike happiness, which often depends on external circumstances, peace is rooted deeply within. It is an inner sanctuary that remains intact despite the shifting tides of life. This understanding of peace challenges the notion that it can be found outside ourselves in possessions, achievements, or the approval of others. These external pursuits may provide temporary satisfaction, but they cannot sustain the soul in times of difficulty. True peace is independent of what happens around us. It is shaped by how we perceive and respond to those circumstances. It is a deliberate choice to rise above the noise and chaos, anchoring oneself in values that transcend fleeting concerns. Peace flourishes when we recognize and nurture what is essential. It thrives on simplicity and authenticity, requiring us to let go of the unnecessary burdens we often carry, be they worries, regrets, or the expectations of others. This shedding of what does not serve us creates space for what truly matters: love, gratitude, and a sense of purpose. In this sense, peace is not passive, but deeply active, requiring continual reflection and intentionality. Peace is not synonymous with complacency. It does not mean avoiding challenges or withdrawing from the world. Rather, it is a state of equilibrium that empowers us to face difficulties with courage and grace. It allows us to engage with the world fully, without being consumed by its turmoil. When peace is present, the storms of life may rage, but they do not overwhelm. This inner harmony is a gift we give not only to ourselves, but to those around us. A peaceful spirit radiates calm, wisdom, and compassion, encouraging others to seek the same. In this way, peace becomes not just a personal treasure, but a collective offering, a light that shines brighter when shared. To cultivate peace within is to embrace a way of living that transcends circumstances and fosters true, lasting fulfillment. Boundaries are essential to protecting your peace, acting as the framework within which you can nurture your inner well-being. They are not barriers that isolate, but guidelines that define how you engage with the world, safeguarding your time, energy, and emotional health. Without boundaries, life can become chaotic, as external demands and distractions encroach upon your mental and spiritual sanctuary. To establish boundaries is to assert the value of your peace and prioritize what truly matters. Setting boundaries begins with self-awareness. It requires a clear understanding of your needs, values, and limits. Reflect on what energizes you and what drains you. Consider the situations, relationships, or habits that disrupt your sense of calm. This clarity allows you to determine where adjustments are necessary. For instance, you might need to limit interactions with people who consistently bring negativity, or redefine how much time you dedicate to work versus rest. Boundaries are deeply personal, shaped by your unique circumstances and aspirations. Communicating boundaries is equally important. Others cannot respect what they do not know, and it is your responsibility to articulate your limits with clarity and kindness. This does not mean being rigid or unkind. Rather, it is about expressing your needs in a way that encourages understanding. Saying no is often a vital part of this process, and though it may feel uncomfortable, it is an act of self-respect. Every time you honor your boundaries, you affirm your commitment to your peace. Boundaries also involve protecting your inner world from the noise of unnecessary conflict or the pressure to conform to others' expectations. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every invitation demands acceptance. By choosing where to direct your attention and energy, you create a space in which peace can flourish. Boundaries remind us that we are not obligated to solve every problem or meet every demand placed upon us. Boundaries are not static but dynamic. They evolve as you grow and as your circumstances change. Regular reflection ensures they remain aligned with your priorities and continue to serve your well-being. By establishing and maintaining boundaries, you create a life that honors your peace and allows you to engage with the world from a place of strength and clarity. Discernment is the compass that guides us toward peace by helping us distinguish between what nourishes our soul and what disrupts our inner harmony. In a world filled with endless opportunities, choices, and distractions, discernment allows us to focus on what truly matters. It is the art of recognizing the difference between what is essential and what is unnecessary, empowering us to align our lives with our values and priorities. The first step in cultivating discernment is self-reflection. By understanding your purpose, values, and deepest desires, you gain clarity about what is worth your time and energy. Without this foundation, it is easy to become entangled in pursuits that lead nowhere or to allow trivial matters to overshadow what is significant. Discernment challenges us to ask hard questions. Does this task, relationship, or activity bring me closer to the person I want to be? Does it add meaning, joy, or growth to my life? These questions serve as filters through which you can assess the worth of various commitments. Discernment also requires recognizing and avoiding distractions. Not all opportunities are beneficial, and not every invitation merits acceptance. The world often tempts us with promises of success, status, or convenience, but these do not always lead to lasting peace or fulfillment. Discerning individuals are not swayed by what is shiny or popular. Instead, they anchor themselves in what is meaningful and true. They choose depth over superficiality and substance over appearance, knowing that peace cannot thrive amidst chaos and clutter. Discernment is about balance. It involves making deliberate choices that respect both your present needs and long-term goals. It requires learning when to say yes to opportunities that align with your values and no to those that detract from them. Saying no can be difficult, especially when it involves disappointing others or stepping away from what is familiar. However, every no to something unimportant is a yes to preserving your peace and focusing on what truly matters. Discernment is an ongoing process. As life changes, so too do your priorities and perspectives. Regularly revisiting your choices ensures they remain aligned with your evolving self. By practicing discernment, you cultivate a life marked by intentionality, clarity, and the deep, abiding peace that comes from living authentically. Solitude is not a withdrawal from life but a return to oneself, a vital space where peace can take root and flourish. It is in solitude that we find the clarity and strength to navigate the demands of the world with wisdom and grace. Far from being a sign of loneliness or isolation, solitude is a gift we give ourselves, an opportunity to reconnect with our inner being and nourish our soul. In the constant busyness of modern life, solitude often feels elusive or even undesirable. Many fear being alone, mistaking it for emptiness or irrelevance. Yet solitude is not about absence but presence, the presence of your own thoughts, feelings, and essence. It allows you to pause, breathe, and step away from the noise that often clouds your mind. In these moments of quiet, you can reflect on your experiences, assess your priorities, and realign with what truly matters. Solitude is where creativity and self-discovery thrive. When distractions are removed, the mind is free to wander, explore, and dream. It is in these quiet spaces that ideas are born, solutions are discovered, and the heart speaks truths that might otherwise go unheard. Whether through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence, solitude offers a canvas on which you can paint the vision for your life. Solitude also strengthens resilience. It teaches you to rely on your own wisdom and inner resources rather than constantly seeking validation or direction from others. In solitude, you build a foundation of self-confidence and independence that equips you to face challenges with courage. You come to understand that you are enough, that your worth is not dependent on external circumstances or approval. Embracing solitude requires intention. It is easy to fill every moment with activity or distraction. avoiding the stillness that might feel unfamiliar or uncomfortable. Yet by choosing to create space for solitude, you honor your need for rest and renewal. Whether it is a few minutes in the morning to reflect, an afternoon walk in nature, or a weekend retreat, solitude is a deliberate act of self-care. When embraced, becomes a sanctuary. It reminds you that peace is not something to be found outside yourself, but something to be cultivated within. In solitude, you discover not only the beauty of your own company, but the deep, abiding peace that comes from truly knowing yourself. Guarding against chaos is an essential part of protecting your peace. Chaos often sneaks into our lives under the guise of urgency, obligation, or unavoidable circumstances, but much of it stems from choices we unconsciously make. By recognizing the sources of chaos and addressing them with intention, we create space for clarity, balance, and calm. One of the primary ways chaos manifests is through overcommitment. In a world that glorifies busyness, it is easy to take on more than we can handle, often saying yes to things that do not align with our priorities. This can lead to stress, overwhelm, and a constant sense of being pulled in too many directions. Guarding your peace requires learning to say no without guilt, focusing only on what truly matters, and accepting that you cannot be everything to everyone. Another source of chaos is the distractions that permeate our daily lives. Social media, constant notifications, and endless streams of information can fragment our attention and leave us feeling mentally exhausted. By setting boundaries with technology and intentionally creating moments of disconnection, we can reclaim our focus and reduce the mental clutter that chaos often brings. Turning off unnecessary notifications, setting limits on screen time, or designating technology-free zones are practical steps to guard against these distractions. Relationships can also be a source of chaos, especially when they are marked by conflict, negativity, or imbalance. While no relationship is without challenges, it is important to evaluate whether certain connections consistently disrupt your peace. Guarding against chaos in relationships does not mean avoiding conflict altogether, but addressing issues constructively and, when necessary, creating distance from those who repeatedly bring harm or stress into your life. Chaos thrives in a disorganized environment, whether physical, mental, or emotional. A cluttered space can lead to a cluttered mind, making it difficult to focus or feel at ease. Taking time to organize your surroundings, streamline your routines, and address unresolved emotions can create a sense of order that fosters peace. Guarding against chaos is about being proactive. It involves recognizing patterns, making intentional choices, and establishing boundaries that prevent disruption before it takes root. By doing so, you create an environment where peace can thrive, allowing you to navigate life's inevitable challenges with a steady heart and a clear mind. Gratitude is a powerful force that anchors us in peace, transforming how we perceive and experience the world. While life is often filled with challenges, uncertainties, and unfulfilled desires, gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have. It is an active choice to recognize and appreciate the good in our lives, no matter how small, and to acknowledge the blessings that surround us each day. In doing so, gratitude becomes a shield that protects our peace, helping us cultivate contentment and resilience. One of the remarkable aspects of gratitude is its ability to reframe our perspective. It is easy to dwell on difficulties or to compare ourselves to others, leading to feelings of dissatisfaction or inadequacy. Gratitude interrupts this cycle, inviting us to see life through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. When we take the time to reflect on the things we are thankful for, a loving relationship, a moment of kindness, or the beauty of nature, we begin to recognize that peace is not dependent on having everything we want, but on appreciating what we have. Gratitude also fosters emotional balance. It grounds us in the present moment, helping us to let go of anxieties about the future or regrets about the past. When we practice gratitude, we train our minds to focus on the positive aspects of our lives, creating a sense of stability and calm. This does not mean ignoring life's difficulties, but acknowledging that even amidst challenges, there is always something to be thankful for. Gratitude gives us the strength to navigate hardships with a lighter heart, Gratitude strengthens relationships and deepens connections. Expressing thankfulness to others not only enriches our bonds but also reminds us of the support and love we receive. It fosters a sense of community and reminds us that we are not alone in our journey. These relationships, built on mutual appreciation and kindness, become sources of peace and encouragement. Practicing gratitude requires intention, whether through journaling, daily reflection, or simple moments of silent acknowledgement. It involves making time to notice the good in our lives. Over time, this practice becomes a habit, reshaping our mindset and helping us carry peace into every aspect of our existence. Gratitude, when embraced, becomes a wellspring of contentment, turning ordinary days into extraordinary gifts. Protecting your peace is not a passive endeavor but an active and deliberate choice made daily. Peace is not something that happens by chance. It requires conscious effort, thoughtful decisions, and the courage to prioritize your well-being. In a world filled with constant demands, distractions, and challenges, safeguarding your peace becomes a commitment to yourself, a declaration that your mental and emotional health is worthy of protection. This begins with recognizing that peace is influenced by the choices you make. Every action, thought, and interaction has the potential to either nurture or disrupt your inner harmony. To protect your peace, you must become intentional about the environments you inhabit, the people you surround yourself with, and the way you spend your time. It involves asking critical questions. Does this align with my values? Does it contribute to my growth and happiness? If the answer is no, it may be time to reconsider that choice. Equally important is the ability to let go. Holding on to grudges, past mistakes, or unhealthy attachments often robs you of peace. Releasing what no longer serves you is not a sign of weakness but a step toward freedom. Forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is a powerful tool in this process. It allows you to move forward without the weight of resentment or regret, creating space for peace to flourish. Establishing boundaries is another crucial aspect of protecting your peace. This means learning to say no to commitments, people, or activities that drain you. It also involves creating time for rest, reflection, and self-care, recognizing that you cannot give your best to others if you are constantly depleted. Boundaries are not selfish, they are essential acts of self-respect and self-preservation. Choosing peace also means shifting your mindset. Instead of focusing on what is outside your control, direct your energy toward what you can influence: your reactions, your perspective, and your priorities. Practicing gratitude, mindfulness, and positive self-talk are powerful ways to maintain a peaceful outlook even in the face of adversity. Protecting your peace is about living with purpose and authenticity. It requires ongoing effort and vigilance, but the reward is a life marked by clarity, joy, and resilience. When you choose peace, you not only enrich your own life but inspire those around you to seek the same. Peace, once cultivated, becomes a powerful foundation for everything you do.